Assalamualaikum students, I hope you are well. I am your social studies teacher from Darul Arqam School, Madinatul Hujaj campus. Let's start our second unit today. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and beneficent. Students, do you remember the polar zone which we have learned in our first lesson? Yes, as we all know that there is an imaginary line which passes through the north and the south of the earth. These areas which are surrounded there are called polar regions. This is our today's topic. Open your readers. Page number 10, unit number 2, polar regions. Take a pencil and scale with you to underline the important points. The polar regions are the areas that surround Earth's geographic picture at north and south poles. Let's understand it first. If we say that this is an example of the Earth, and here is an imaginary line which passes through from north to south, is called its axis, and here is another line which divides the earth into two halves is called equator, and the areas which are located from 60 to 90 degree from equator are called polar regions. Here is North Pole and here is South Pole. The area located here at North Pole is called the Arctic, and the area which located here on the South Pole is called Antarctica. These two polar regions are located almost at the end of the world. So you understand the areas which are located, the North Pole and South Pole are called polar regions. The area surrounding the North Pole is called the Arctic. Underline these lines. It includes almost the entire Arctic Ocean and northern areas of Europe, Asia, and North America. At the opposite end of the world from the Arctic is Antarctica. The area surrounding the South Pole is called the Antarctica. Underline this line. It includes the continent of Antarctica and few parts of Southern Ocean. Together we call the Arctic and Antarctica the polar regions. Now you can see this picture. Here is an imaginary line which passes through north to south is called the axis. And here is the line which divides the earth into two halves is called equator. And the areas which are located from 66 degree north and 66 degree south from the equator are called polar regions. The area located on North Pole is called Arctic Circle, and the area located in South Pole called Antarctic Circle, and the areas which are located from 23.5 degree north and 23.5 degrees south are called tropic. The area located in north is called Tropic of Cancer, and the area located in south is called Tropic of Capricorn. The polar regions are covered by snow and ice almost for a whole year. The polar regions are the world's coldest regions. Underline these lines. As we have learned earlier that these are the areas which are located almost at the end of the world. So this is the reason that these areas did not receive the sufficient amount of sunlight, and they did not have the heat of sunlight. This is the reason that these are the coldest areas and they remain cold for a whole year. Due to the extreme climate, these areas could not develop as much as the other areas of the world or the rest of the world. As we know now that these are the areas which are very cold, so there is no population there. So these are not the developed areas of the world as compared to the other areas of the world. Within the Arctic and Antarctic Circle, the sun remains below the horizon in midwinter. It remains dark all day and night. Underline this line. As we learned earlier that sunlight did not reach there, so it's dark all the time, whether it is day or it is night. And it is because of the absence of sunlight. Same situation happened in summer also. In midsummer, although it is extremely cold, the sun remains above the horizon all the time. That is why these regions are called the land of the midnight sun. Underline these lines. These lands are called the land of the midnight sun because of the absence of sunlight. These areas remain dark for all the day and night. Antarctica. It is the world's largest frozen desert. Usually we think that desert is a large, dry, hot sand area, but we also have large frozen desert on the earth which is called Antarctica. Antarctica is known as frozen continent. It is covered with a thick layer of ice. It contains about 90% of the world's ice and 70% of the world's fresh water. This area has extreme temperature, extreme cold temperature, which is as low as minus 87 degrees Celsius. Underline all these lines. As it is a very cold area of the world, so no human population found there. Antarctica has no native humans or large earthly mammals, but it does have a varied marine life ranging from microscopic plankton, small organism which can be seen with the help of microscope, to the largest whales. It also has about 100 species of fish. And it is because of the availability of fresh water over there. Land life which is present there includes bacteria, lichens, mosses, two kinds of flowering plants on the ice-free areas, penguins, and some flying birds. Here you can see that penguins who lived in Antarctica. Underline these lines. Antarctica is the last continent to be discovered. It is said that it is the last area to end of the earth, and because of its climate conditions like fog, snow, ice and storms over there, no one even know that there is a continent exists because no one have seen it. And it remained hidden behind fog, storm and sea ice until it was first sighted in the early 19th century by a Norwegian called Roald Amundsen. Because of the extreme cold and the lack of native people, forests, land animals and natural resources, the continent remained largely neglected for decades even after discovery. Underline these lines and also this word neglected. It means being ignored. This place was first discovered in 19th century. Scientific expeditions, underline this word. It is a journey undertaken by a group of people with a particular purpose, especially for research, had explored only fragments, underline this word, it means parts, of its coasts by the end of the 19th century, while the center of the continent is remained unknown. It was the scientists who went there first for the purpose of research, and in 19th century, first scientific research station was established there. Explorers first reached the South Pole in 1911 and the first permanent settlement, scientific station, was established in the early 1940s. From that time, the speed of exploring the continent accelerated rapidly. Accelerated means increased. After the 19th century, the scientists take more interest in this area. Scientists continue to conduct research in Antarctica. In recent years, the increasing numbers of tourists have visited Antarctica to appreciate the region's majestic scenery and wildlife. In recent years, other people rather than researchers attracted to this place because of its amazing and wonderful features. And now, various countries have set up research stations in Antarctica where scientists record the climate condition and they try to find more about this mysterious continent. Such an interesting place. And now, time for today's task. First, you need to learn all the important points which you have underlined today. Close your reader, read out loud, record your reading and send it back. And on your book, page number 15, here is a diagram. You should label the diagram. Do these tasks, and here is a link of video. If you would like to check it, please visit the YouTube. to learn more about the Arctic and Antarctica regions. Take care. Allah Hafiz.